Okay, today we're very glad to have the founder of the Autolage, Img, and these very interesting projects. We would like to have all the audience know what they are working on and what is Autolage. So we start with the team background, and could you introduce a little about yourself and the other co-founders?
Okay. I'm the co-founder of Img, and actually, before I founded Img, is for the fintech field in CFEX, China Financial Future Exchange, and I have more than 15 years fintech experience, and also 2 years ago I focused on the blockchain part. And actually, the ontology is built, launched by Img, this company, but currently in the initial phase. In the future, there will be a public community project. Img will token distributed for the ontology to the public. This is one thing. And the most team in the initial phase from Img. Img is a technical service company. Already have done more than around 2 years for the enterprise government of the technical service. And currently is nearly 50 members, and mostly technical background. So that is the project.
So you said you have 15 years technology background in the space?
No, 15 members.
15 members.
Sorry, 50 members.
Okay, so when did you start to work on the blockchain space? What's your personal background like?
Yes,
experience?
From
which company you worked for before?
2014, I guess, is because I lead a small team in CFEX to investigate the blockchain technology, and then I joined Img to begin the startup.
So 2014 you joined on-chain.
Yeah.
So you have an engineer computer science background?
Yes, the degree is computer science.
Computer
I also
science.
have an MBA in financial part. So it's kind of combination education background.
So you have a finance background and a technology background.
Yeah, and also fintech work experience.
Which company you worked for before you worked for blockchain industry?
The CFEX is China Financial Futures Exchange.
Okay.
I'm focused on the trading system, settlement system, the architecture and the design.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
very solid engineer background.
Yeah.
How many co-founders in this team right now?
Just I mentioned is companies launch the project, so we cannot define the individual co-founder. Actually, I can be the founder, also is the leader of the project.
Gotcha.
The whole on-chain company will support the project. Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like on-chain, it's like incubate the ontology. Is that correct?
Actually, I think it can be the incubate for the ontology, but there will be the ontology finally will be public project. We are not only belong to the on-chain.
Kind of like, okay, so it's a little bit confused. The on-chain actually also related to Leo, Da Hongfei.
Yes.
And the on-chain related to ontology. Could you explain more about the audience?
Yeah, why we needed to do the ontology is we define as a distributed trust network. It's actually it's important is two parts. One is infrastructure. The infrastructure for the actually two level. One is the kind of blockchain network. Why use network? That means this public platform include multiple blockchain. That means when we do the blockchain service for those enterprise or governments or the other groups, they think that not only one blockchain can support every scenario. They have their own business scenario, governance model. They need a different blockchain to support that. But those blockchain also need to interact for some scenario.
Cross-chain.
Yeah, cross-chain. Cross-chain not only for the digital assets exchange, but actually more scenario like the identity mapping or data exchange for that. So they have many different protocol for cross-chain. So that one think is currently like Ethereum or Neo is a single blockchain. Focus on, for example, digital assets or the smart contracts. But in scenario, if you want to build a bridge for the real world and digital world, you need to support more scenario, more governance model. So that's why we use a chain model for that. And above this level, the infrastructure level, have a lot of module and protocol support different industry. Because different industry have their own specific protocol or process. And if you need the team from traditional industry, they have no blockchain background,
Yeah.
it's difficult to build their own decentralized service. A lot of best team from the other industry blocked by the technology background or the cost.
Okay.
We want to build the bridge. They can, no matter they have a technology background, they can directly transfer their service as a decentralized way. Maybe sometimes for free.
Could I understand in this way, you guys want to democratize the blockchain technology as a service?
Yeah.
Like the small companies, traditional companies could very easily use blockchain technology by using you guys.
Yes, and most support level always focus on one word is trust cooperation, like identity, data exchange, community, reputation, all focus on this area. Yeah. That is ontology's vision or architecture.
Okay, and also you mentioned that like you kind of like have a team member and you are the lead.
Leader, yeah.
There's other like team member also like co-developer in this project right now.
Yeah.
You could mention one or two of them.
Like we have the team. Actually, it's kind of big team. We have more than 30% or nearly 40%, 40 members. 40 members is all.
40 or 14?
40 members.
40. Okay.
For the blockchain technology, and like some members is from IBM. Formerly is previously they are doing for the Fabric project in IBM, also for the bank project, right? And also have some architecture from other famous China blockchain technology company, big companies. I mean, big company they have a leader of the blockchain department. They also will join us for that. So currently the project already, actually the product or the first version is nearly be finished. We are not funding and to begin the development. The product
already launched.
Internally testnet will be launched in this month.
So it will officially launch in this month.
It's internal testnet, and the Q1 we have a public testnet, and then we maybe official launch the mainnet can be used for first version. Yeah.
What kind of company you guys open to test your technology? It's like a.
We already have some partners. For example, some partners they have launched their ICO on NEO. They also need to run their scenario. We're linked to the ontology, and also have some the traditional enterprise. They can. We have a private technical service for them. They also will try to link, try run public service to private public service, then the ontology. So, yeah.
How long this project is like already, like you guys are working on this?
In the Q1, we will private two important protocols. One is for distributed identity service. We are not identity service private, the Civic is identity service private.
Yes.
We are the protocol, and you can say it's a marketplace. Different identity private service verification service, they can list their service in the ontology, and the user can map in the service and choose. This time I want to use which service for me. That means currently we are talking about partnership with like the EID or CFCA in China. Also have some global identity service private agency to try to list their service. Another important part is distributed data exchange. That means a team, no matter they have the technology background or not, they can open their exchange, data exchange, distributed data exchange, and combine with smart contract. They can focus on different industry. Those kind of two protocol is the first version, and then we will private more version protocol like the distributed community, distributed reputation system, and help the different service to do their service.
So I know like you guys like a Chinese team, right? And you got lots of partnership in Chinese projects. Right now, is there any needs for you guys to have the partnership established between the international projects? You can speak from them, maybe they could.
Yeah, currently we have one or two international partner from Europe.
Which project?
Cannot say right now.
Okay, gotcha.
Understand now.
Understand.
I just can say is one potential partner from Europe.
Yeah.
We are working. But actually, because we are China team, the international partnership we still just start.
Gotcha.
So we still need to do more for that. Also we also want to involve the traditional team and the different team. They can provide service on ontology. They can contact us, be partnership. We can work together to do more service. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys started a bit the international kind of partnerships.
Yeah.
And what's the plan for next maybe 1 year? For your the project itself, like in terms of China and the international.
Okay. The next 1 year is we want to finish our basic protocol and modules. The chain network module will be done, the infrastructure level, and also we want to have a private 5 or 4 important modules for different, like I mentioned, data, community, reputation, and then we want to have maybe the third decades the partners. They can run from a different industry. We can run their service as an example, based on it, and then we can attract more team or more the service to the ontology.
So basically open to enterprise globally to test it out, you guys' product.
Yes, our partner should be mostly to B, just like to business.
Enterprise.
Not for sometimes we also were private for clients, for end users, but most service we were private for the business. Yeah.
But I also see lots of big enterprises, they're trying to build their own private chain, build their own technology team.
Yeah.
How do you think they actually did you guys build this platform to use user technology? Or right now, blockchain is still very early, and the tech team actually compared with big giants, tech giants are very pretty small, and so what's the advantage for you guys? You think they have to use your technology, not just build themselves?
Okay, actually 2 things just you mentioned. If some team or service they want to have their own governance model, means they want to say their own private automation chain, we can build for them. That means our service not is API based on blockchain. We can build the vertical integration. We can have the blockchain only for them. They can use protocol, connect to ontology or not. That's fine. It's like the plugin or plug out. And also can support this kind of scenario. I think it's most team from the traditional industry. They are not, most have no background, very strong background for blockchain. If only for one service, they build the blockchain from zero, that is high cost and time consuming. So if we have those kind of service or platform, they can only focus on their business level or business process. The blockchain level, protocol level, module already done. And more than that, they can do the more connection with other service and the user. User can mapping. They can, in the same times, they can use particle service in one process. This user experience is very good for that. So that is chance for many teams. That is our advantage for this strategy.
But I think for enterprise solution, the most important thing is the scalable way. Every industry has their own specific needs, right? How do you deal with that problem, and which industry you guys want to target first?
Scalability is important actually. The actual blockchain network is already scalable or scalable architecture because
do you think so?
Yeah, because you can have a blockchain supported identity mapping, another blockchain for the data index. So that means you can control for yourself. And also, if you have an important governance model, this one can use POW consensus model, and this one they can choose BFT, depend on your requirements. So this already have a very flexible and I think the scalability is very good.
Okay, so you think you don't worry about the scalability issues?
Yeah, we designed this architecture just for one of the important reasons is scalability. Just in one blockchain like Ethereum, they cannot support all service. The performance is slow, cost will be high. So, and definitely in the immediate future, I still believe they will have multiple chain for multiple scenarios. We are not having only one public blockchain support all things. That is possible, I think, impossible.
Okay, so where is the team based?
Currently is based on Shanghai and Beijing.
Shanghai, Beijing. So the whole team is in China actually.
Whole team currently is on China, and this time we are to US. We also found some members or individuals and try to join us. We were based on New York or San Francisco to help us to do some mostly marketing-based things. We also used to try to link some engineering from the university to join us. We're still doing that.
Yeah, actually, right now it's a big difference with the Chinese blockchain projects with international blockchain projects. Like the ROX, like Falcon, they are very distributed team globally.
Yes.
But most of the Chinese blockchain projects are very centralized. They're like specific places.
Yeah.
How do you think about the difference?
They have a good thing, also is a bad thing. If you have a distributed way to have the teams, maybe have different ideas or things. But if you best together, most teams best together, you will have a more solid discussion for the technical, and the technical knowledge can be shared very effectively. So that also, sometimes also is helpful. If your team is all global, the communication is high cost sometimes. So based on that. But also we will have the globalization to find some technical team from the university, international university in the US or Europe. But they will focus on special module. We want to lower down the communication cost.
Yeah, actually that's the biggest advantage with the blockchain, Chinese blockchain technology, because right now, for globally, international, they have a big issue with hiring quality engineers in blockchain space. Not many very good engineers. Like in China, it's like tons of them, and very low cost.
Yes.
In the company in Silicon Valley, not a good quality blockchain projects, but they actually hire globally. They have to, because here, for blockchain industry, it's very hard for them to attract, compete with Google, compete with Uber.
Understand.
They have very, good established, a lot of people concerned. So what's your guys' strategy to attract, if you guys want to build a global impact project or company, you have to have a diversity team.
Sure.
What's your strategy to attract those engineers to join you guys?
Of course, we will welcome the diversity if we have some talents from the US or Europe. But we also have another strategy for our internally is we have the training process, very good training process.
By yourself?
By me, and also several of the senior members. And this training process is actually on chain have a lot of engineer. We have not blockchain background. We maybe have solid background for other field, and we have internally training process, maybe the 2 months or 3 months, even sometimes 6 months. And after the training process, they can have a good experience based on the different blockchain technology. So this process helps us already build a very solid team right now. And also in country, any new, very smart the students come to on-chain. After 3 months, they already can build some special modules like a consensus or P2P the network or some distributed ledger modules. So I think the internal training also is another strategy. Another way we have to build a lab with different global university.
Universities.
Yeah, just like we just visited Berkeley 7 days ago, and we will have a launch lab cooperation with Berkeley.
Yeah, I think it's a good tips for all the blockchain projects. So you have like internal training programs, like maybe 3 months. Then could hire the qualified engineer background people to train those people and to make it to work for.
Actually, we will hire the new members. We actually, no matter they have a blockchain background or not, we just focus is smart guy or not. We will train them.
So, but they have to have a computer science background.
Yes,
or
maybe in one field. Actually, blockchain is not totally innovation things. It's a kind of all parts of the blockchain already exist. The technology already exists several years ago, like the peer-to-peer network or the consensus model. They just the candidate just familiar with one of this part. We can easily give the architecture or whole picture level training, and they can easily to jump in for specific model. That is easy thing actually.
Yeah, I have no doubt for you guys could work very well to hire Chinese teams and expand and scalable. But if like some audience, international developer communities, they want to work with ontology, how they could do it, and what kind of things you have to kind of program or something?
One is if they want to join us as a full-time member, we're very welcome. Part-time member also is fine. Another important way is we will be open source project. And they can in the community do the contribution. Sometimes important contribution we will reward for token or for BTC, just like that. That is, I think, the open source and the community also is important force to support the project. Yeah, you can choose different way to join us.
Okay, so that's the team part. Let's talk about definitely token side. So you guys right now in the early stage, like a stage stage or pre kind of like launch or something?
Still not confirm the token model right now, token or distribution plan right now. The project is quite popular, especially in China, because we are one of a famous team in China. Sometimes this global institution, investing institution also know us, adapt us. But this time we want to attract more those investor or institution investor. They have the ecosystem support in the future. That means ontology need more and more different industry service running on that. So we want to the investor can help us to connect those services. Let's build those services and import those services on ontology in the future. So that is our object for this cross-funding phase.
So you guys at this stage more looking for strategic investments, especially for the firms have very big access to those enterprise companies.
Yeah.
Then they could actually become your potential customers.
Yeah, but also it's kind of busy area. They can know a lot of the startup project. They can, this project, you needn't care about the infrastructure. You can run on ontology. You focus on your industry service. They can easily help help us to build the ecosystem, help the team quickly launch their service. This kind of match is important. So we are, for institutional investors, we hope to find those kind of investors for ontology.
Are you guys also gonna do ICL, like public sales stuff?
Maybe, have not confirmed.
So I haven't decided.
Yeah.
Because actually right now there's there's a big hype there, right? Yeah. Lots of project have their tokens and a big round.
Yeah.
And definitely that's kind of like a normal things in the space. Like every project have tokens.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. How do you think about that?
I think it's good things because you have a new sales or new approach to get money compared with the traditional IPO or VC base. That's just difficult actually for most people. So this is we are lucky in the industry actually. Most team can use this way to do that. But because more and more team issue the token, in the next phase, the competition will maybe a lot of competition in this market, and the token where the market value is dependent on what kind of service you can provide. Technology part, ecosystem part, marketing part is combination the competition actually in the future. So we're quite confident with that. Also, we already have experience, like downfield already experience from you. It's actually currently successful public chain, and also we have a lot of experience for the enterprise and government technical service. So we can combine our experience for ontology. So you have an advantage for us.
Gotcha. So you more like you right now the blockchain space right now lots of projects raise money without paper, with just a paper.
Yeah.
And I think it's very important for some projects real, make it real.
Yeah.
That actually could realize this whole industry.
Yeah. That also is our advantage because most project is a white paper and crowdfunding, get money and begin the development. Our project will already be there because we are already launched this month internally, and Q1 we are launching first version testnet. So the code, the model already done. This time, if we do the funding, we just for the money is for the future ecosystem, the development. So that's I think is also our project's advantage.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think so. Token distribution, like right now, most majority projects makes it for kind of like raise money, but actually, it's really good way to build a community itself.
Yes, build a community and to attract, support the partner.
Yeah.
If potential partner, they have a good idea, they will invest and help you build the service on ontology.
Yeah. I definitely think the token economic just really efficient than traditional like equity startup way doing it.
Yes.
And this the last question we're gonna talk about, and what do you see the blockchain as an industry whole, and what you think the future looks like.
Okay, blockchain definitely is the future. That's just I believe that. But,
Why you believe this?
Because the model is the blockchain, the process or ecosystem or mechanism is definitely reduce the cost.
Reduce cost.
The whole system. But in the different phase, like the internet, they still have bubbles. Sometimes blocked, they were down, but then they will rise again, solidly, and that is the point. But currently, maybe we have a breakdown phase. It's possible, but finally, blockchain will rise again. Another important thing is why we say all the market industry, like the international industry. The most startup face the bigger place. Right? China have a BAT, and globally we have Google or Facebook. But for blockchain part, even like the Alibaba, they think, okay, this process will impact me, but they cannot follow your process because they use their business model. They need to kill himself first. That is a dilemma for them. So that is lucky for us. We can have time or space to develop ourselves. So that is compared with the other internet the startup. So that is quite good thing. So I still believe blockchain will be the future.
So you think that it will be future? The one more question is asked. We definitely think maybe in some point we will have some winter time or market crash in this industry. When you think it's gonna happen, or what are you gonna do if that happens?
Actually for us, we welcome winter time because winter time the best team will work out, will be the final winner because resource will concentrate to those kind of best team. We have more resource, more supports to do that. Currently, we can be the one of best team in China at least right now. If the winter time, the resource will focus on those best team. So that's where help us. We can easily, for example, find money or the other resource to support us. And so actually, for leading team, we are welcome winter time actually.
Okay. So thanks for today after my interview. And I'm the funding partner at KU Venture Ventures. We are exclusively investing in blockchain ecosystem, and definitely like to work with projects like Autolage. Have a very solid team, a very big vision, and very persistent in the space. And I'm looking for the right partners to work for Autolage, and international community also could contact them. And you have like Twitter or something?
Yeah. Twitter and Telegram. We already have thousands of people there, so it's quite popular country.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for my interview. Thank you.